everybody, and welcome to Conversations with Deborah Franklin. Y'all, it's gonna be a fantabulous show today. We got a lot to talk about. We got some awesome guests. We gonna take you, y'all. It's just gonna be fire. So we'll be right back with you in just a few moments for a motivational moment. Everybody, welcome back, or rather, like everybody's been telling me, hey y'all, it's so hot here today. It was like, oh my God, it was like murder trying to get in here today because it was just so hot. But you know what? The show must go on, and we got a lot of good things lined up for you today. And what I want to chat with you about today is that, of course, for those that don't know, I am Deborah Franklin, America's #1 motivational speaker, as well, purpose and destiny igniter. Y'all, I'm ready to help you ignite what you have in you to help you go to the next level, make that next move. So we have been talking about purpose. We have been talking about destiny. But today I want to talk about, hey, just get started. It's summertime. It is time for you to start making you over. A lot of times people say, well, you got to start in the fall to get ready for the summer. But guess what? If you're getting ready to launch your business, you're getting ready to write that book, or you wrote your book and now you're trying to work on that marketing plan of how to do that great launch, y'all, I'm right there with you because I'm working on my launch for my new book as well. And I know you've seen it, I posted it, but I still really haven't done that launch yet because I just don't know how to introduce it. But guess what? We got 3 months. Well, now we got 2 months. Let's just say we got July and August to start preparing. Let's look at this 60-day challenge of how to start turning the things that we want to do to be able to launch them in September. Because what you do in the summer can definitely set you up for the fall. And no, I'm not telling you to quit your job. I'm telling you to let's figure out how to make that other stream of income. We have got to start figuring out how to be more self-sufficient and not depending on one thing or another. Because, hey, let's look at the economy. Everybody's talking about moving jobs out of the country. Unless you're going, you got to figure out how to make it right here. So, y'all, I want you to start thinking, how can you make the best of what you're doing? Whether you got to start doing nails, doing hair part-time, writing your book and how to promote your book, and then how to do workshops for your book. Hey, that's another idea. Find some other authors, get with them. Develop a partnership where y'all have a weekend to come out and meet you guys. Because you already know, if I'm giving you the suggestion, I'm already working on it. So we already are working on a 21-day, 21-minute workshop weekend for all the ladies to come out. Yes, it's going to be for girls only. So this is why I'm telling you, I want you to make the best of what you're doing. I want you to take hold of what you're doing and start mapping it out. Start thinking about who you're going to pull on your team. You can't do this by yourself. Yeah, that's the secret. You can't do it by yourself. I know you tried. I'm guilty of it myself. I've tried to do all of these things by myself, but guess what? I had to start to develop a team. Get some people around you, not yes people. You don't want yes people around you because with yes people, you'll never go any further. But you got to find some people that will be honest with you, that are willing to work with you, that are willing to give you their honest opinion, not using you, but helping you take your vision to the next level. Because then you can start cultivating that atmosphere of change, that atmosphere of success, because you got people around you that want to see you go further. Yes, I know, honey, Don't depend on your family all the time, because sometimes family can mess you up. But it's okay if you can depend on them. It's okay if they're there to be in your corner. But don't get caught up in the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, maybe, sortas, kindas. You got to jump up, start building that team, from the ground up. Start listening to what people have to say. And then if they can't take your vision and take it to the next level, then honey, you don't need them. And that's the other thing. You know what's in you to take you to the next level. You have got to take it. You have got to take again what's in you. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you ignite what's in you. You have got to ignite it. That means you got to jump. It's got the spark. It's time for you to take it to the next level, and you become that next millionaire, billionaire. It's okay. It's room at the top, and it doesn't have to be lonely if we all work together to get there. All right, guys, that's what I want you to start working on today. Start working on your plan. Start building your team, because when you build that team, you're going to take it to the next level. All right, guys, we're going to be right back with our first guest. I'm so excited about having her on with us. She has I'm not going to even say a lot. I'm going to say a plethora of things that are going on. She's like Superwoman as far as I'm concerned. And we're going to get her on in just a second. So, hey, y'all, the number is at the bottom. I know that those that are watching live, call in for Ask Questions. Join in our conversation, 443-454-3751. We want to hear from you. Miss Moffitt, hey, girl.
Hello, how are you?
I am wonderful. I am so glad to have you on tonight. It's just amazing to even have you on with us. So, for those that don't know who you are, tell us, who are you? Who is this Moffitt lady?
Who is Shalakemia? I'm a vlogger, motivational speaker, and an advocate. Very, passionate about, the things that I do. I have a documentary that's going to come out called Broken Queen, and I'm just here just trying to live my best life and just walk in my purpose and encourage people, along the way.
I love it. I love it. Especially when you said walk in your purpose. So many people don't know what their purpose is in life. And to be able to say that you're walking in it means that you know where you're going. So, what
Right.
is your purpose? What is your purpose?
My purpose, is to use everything I've been through to encourage people, in this world. Like, that's my purpose. My purpose is to encourage people and to empower them and to inspire them, to have a relationship with God. My purpose is to speak out and share everything that I've been through in life, so people know that, at the end of the day, the only way that I made it through was God. There's no other answer. That's how I feel. I tell people that God is the answer to everything, and that's how I feel in my heart. And to touch on when you say people, aren't walking in their purpose, because people are walking away from it.
Wow.
And I was that person before.
Whoa.
I walked away from my
I
purpose.
want you to back up and say
Okay.
that again. People are doing what?
People are walking away. They're walking backwards in life. And I'm here to say that I've been there. I've been that person that was ignoring God, ignoring my purpose. You know what I mean? And when my life just came to a standstill where I lost everything, I had nowhere but to turn but God. And have been living my best life and been happy and peace and favored, since I've really paid attention to the relationship. The relationship with God is always there for us. It's always there, no question. But we have to accept it, though. My purpose, really, it chased me down. That's what my purpose did. It chased me down. It takes a lot of growth and everything. I really hope, that people just get in that season. And I always tell people, get in the season of singleness, because it's the one of the most important seasons of your life. Is where God teaches you who you are. Get in that season with God and learn yourself. You can be nothing to anybody else until you learn who you are.
Oh, that's major. Now, you said that you got your relationship with God and God helped you through some things and to basically help you manifest where your purpose is. Now, my question is, let's take it a step further. A lot of people hear, oh, I went to God, I went to God, I went to God. Yeah, we go to God. But what was the practical application that you used on your journey? Because God will help you do the practical, but what did you have to do in the practical? What did you have to do in your process?
Well, I couldn't keep getting in bed with the enemy. That's first and foremost. I couldn't keep doing that and telling God, I surrender my life to you and I want to change and I want to grow. I couldn't, keep laying down with the enemy. I couldn't keep, I couldn't keep working in my old ways. I had to allow God to change my ways and change my life and change my way of thinking. It's not easy, but I always tell people it's so worth it. It's so worth it. I just surrender fully. That's what I did. I didn't give God visitation. I gave him full custody of my life. You understand what I'm saying? No, because I would just go visit him sometimes. I would vacation with him. You know what I mean? But when I fully gave him full custody of me, my life changed.
And you know what? And I totally agree, because I get, but when we start to talk about people, and I have people that listen to my show that aren't really familiar or not familiar, but the church, when we use the church lingo, we say we give it all over. We say that we did this, but what does that mean? Do that mean that you deleted numbers out of your phone? Does that mean you stopped going certain places? Does that mean that you stopped hanging out with certain people? Because I know for me, my testimony is I started to love me for who I was and not listening to what everybody else was saying. And then I started to walk in faith. So the practical part for me, when I started to realize what my destiny and my purpose was, is that I had to give over to who I was. And that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I mean. Like, what were those practical things that you had to do to really give it over? Because, you say you stopped laying down with the enemy. That means, were you sleeping around? Were you going to having business deals with people that weren't integrous? What does that really mean in this practical step of defining your purpose?
It I feel like when I say that I was laying with the enemy, I'm saying that I was with a man I wasn't supposed to be with. I tell people there's two kind of people, in this world. There's the first person that's going to pull you towards God. Then there's another person that's going to pull you away from God. I was in a relationship with a man for 6 years that was pulling me away from God. That's when, I say that. But when I surrendered, did I have to lose friends? Absolutely. Did I lose family? Absolutely. Was I going to the bars and to the clubs and dropping it like it's hot? I couldn't do that no more. I couldn't do that.
And you know what? That's what I'm talking about. Those are those practical steps. Because when we start talking about our purpose and destiny, true enough, because I'm an advocate. Everybody knows I'm a resident church girl. I'm a church girl. I love God with all my heart. But in order for us to reach the people, we got to be able to be honest with the people and tell them our real testimony. I'm so sick and tired of people talking about, just pray about it, baby. Just pray about it. But what do I do when I get up? I can pray all day, but when I get up, I'm still going to have the same feeling, the same itch, and want to make the same phone call. But what do I do when I get up off my knees? That's what I'm saying. And I'm sorry. I mean, that's just how I feel when I have people that are using so much. And I'm not knocking it. Trust me, I'm not. But I just want to put it out in the atmosphere is that I'm glad that you being real, because you started talking about relationships. And a lot of times we don't even realize that our relationships are hindering us from our purpose and our destiny. So when you shut that down, what kind of doors started to open for you?
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna tell you that I was in that relationship for 6 years. I was severely depressed. I didn't take care of myself. I didn't get dressed or anything. But see, the problem with me was I didn't know how to be alone.
Wow.
And that's what I tell people. Stop being afraid to be by yourself, because that's when God does the best work on you. We're going to be real. And when I left that 6-year relationship, I'm telling you, my life changed tremendously. Mm-hmm. I opened my first business, my first nonprofit when I left that relationship. Mm-hmm. I lost everything. I remember it. I lost everything. And I had to. And I cried. But you know what? After that, God showed me. He showed me how he wanted to renew me, restore my life, how he needed to do some things with me. That's why I say my purpose chased me down. Because if it didn't, I probably would still be with that man, not happy, depressed. But I had a man in the bed with me. So at that time, I was okay with that. Just having a man in the bed with me. There was no in love anything. It was just having that man in my bed. And I'm so glad I got delivered from that. Because I'm not like that no more.
Right.
It's not easy, but I'm being real. So many people are in relationships and even in marriages, and they're alone. They just lay next to somebody at night. And God just told me I have better for you.
Yeah.
I have better for you than that.
But and then you said something that is a trap that a lot of women fall into. They fall into that trap of that they just have to have somebody with them. Yeah. And a lot of times we say men go through it, but a lot of women experience that as well. And some of our Facebook people that are watching, Charlotte said, wonderful purpose. Ultimately, the Lord is the only way to walk forward. And then she stated, old ways are obsolete. Complete surrender to God is a game changer and freedom. I totally agree.
Absolutely.
And it's just that, and then I know that you and I both are speakers. And so when I go out and I speak, that's one of the main things I tell people. To walk in your purpose and your destiny, you have to be willing to give it all over. You have to be willing. Now, it's not an easy process, and I tell the truth straight up. Baby, don't think it's easy. Don't think that you just because you done prayed and asked the Lord to take it away, that old joker ain't going to call back and you ain't going to be tempted to go back. And it's not going to say that you might not go back, but you got to have the strength and the wherewithal to leave again, because it's not right, because you got to be able to hear from God, because, and I think that's the other piece. We got to be honest about situations. We just have to be honest in what we are doing. Well, girl, I love. We're going to take a quick break, and I'll be right back with you. We got a couple commercials that I got to talk about. I'm so excited about, and we'll be right back with you guys. We're going to take a quick break.
Okay.
Listen. The Global Prayer Conference is, baby, if you have not secured your ticket, if you have not secured your seat, you better. It is July 19th through the 21st. When I tell you this is going to be a power-packed event, y'all, I didn't even realize this. John Hanna is coming in from, Chicago. He's going to be leading, I think Chicago or Detroit. Don't quote me on that, but I know John Hanna is coming to have a prayer service, but he will be leading prayer during the prayer convocation. And there are going to be chapels open every morning. Y'all, if you got something that you need to get delivered from, if you got something that you need to pray about, if you got something that needs to be turned around, and you need to be in the midst of over 1,000 people that are going to be gathered in Baltimore for prayer, you need to be at the prayer convocation. Hey, even I'm going to be there. I've just found out I'll be doing a workshop at 7 o'clock in the morning. Y'all, I didn't even know people prayed that early, but we going to be doing it. We're going to be doing it, and we're going to have people coming in, and I'm going to be leading a prayer session on prophetic prayer. And though some people have some issues with that, but honey, when I tell you, when I break it down, you're going to be like, that vision board that you have is going to mean something totally different. So again, you got to get your tickets reserved, and I think they're only $99 right now. It's going to be the globalprayerconvocation.org, globalprayerconvocation.org. And Dr. Cecilia Williams Bryant is the dean, and of course, Dr. Jamal Harrison Bryant is the pastor and founder of Empowerment Temple Church, who is partnering with the Global Prayer Convocation. Make sure you're there. We are back with our guest. Okay, do this for me, and I'm y'all know I'm so transparent. Anybody that watches my show, anybody that knows me, y'all know I am the worst with saying names. Please say your first name for us, so I won't butcher it, because I was getting ready to butcher it. That's why I was calling you by your last name. So I'm just gonna be be real.
Oh, it's Shalakemia.
Okay, say that one more time.
Shalakemia.
Okay, all right, Miss S, we got that.
It's okay.
Yes. Well, we have a caller on the line. Caller, are you there?
Okay.
Hello, caller.
Hello.
Yes. Hi. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine.
Great. You had a comment, a question for us?
No, I'm just joining, so I'm listening.
Oh, love it. So you can actually watch us live on Facebook, or you can go to listenvisionlive.com and watch us live as well.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right, so Miss Shalakemia, you have I did it all right. You have a documentary coming up. Tell us about this documentary and what's going on with that.
The documentary it's about my life. I have vlogged over the last 5 or 6 years, about different things, about suicide, about domestic violence, about, growing up feeling, unloved, so many different things. And actually in March, I had got, approached to do a reality show. And I'm like, okay, like I'm with that. It's going to put me, on a different platform. But to be honest with you, I had prayed and God put the documentary in my spirit and basically told me, like, this is the focus right now, and I have to be obedient. Of course I wanted to go and I want to do a reality show because I wanted to be, on another level, but I had to be obedient to what God told me to do. And God told me to tell my story because my story is going to help a lot of people. It's going to deliver people. It's going to set people free. It's going to bring people closer to Him. I just want to tell my full story. I think it's a lot of aspects to it. I actually grew up thinking that God didn't love me. And, to
Wow.
get that whole thing, you would have to watch the documentary. But it covers depression, anxiety, suicide. I attempted suicide twice. I shouldn't even be here right now, but God,
Right, right.
it's going to be, it's been emotional. We're wrapping up filming now. It's been an emotional journey. It's been a lot of flashbacks for me. But I am, just ready for it to come out. It should be out before Thanksgiving, and I'm just ready for people to see it. I'm ready to put a lot of things, on the forefront. A lot of things we don't talk about. We don't really talk about suicide much, and a lot of people are suffering. Depression. I went through domestic violence as a teenager.
Wow.
So there's a lot of aspects to my story that need to be heard. And I'm I don't know. I sat the other day and I just thank God for, giving that to me, to be able to give to the world, to really show people how he healed me
Wow.
and, and changed my life.
And that's I'm so glad that you brought that up because I had heard some things of that and that about your story, and it leads us right into where we're going for next month. Next month, I know a lot of people may have thought that we were keeping quiet on the suicide and depression, and so next month we're going to be dealing with suffering in silence because so many people, especially in the African American community, we suffer in silence because for so long it was so taboo to say that we even had to go to a let's say to a psychiatrist or go to someone
Right.
for help. Again, we go back to that whole church lingo saying, "Oh baby, just pray about it. The Lord gonna fix it." But nobody ever told us how to handle it practically. Who do we
Right.
need to talk to, and what were some steps that you use to come out of your depression, to change your mind, and to know that your life was worth living? What steps did you do to get to that point?
Um, I went to therapy. I
Mm,
went to therapy. I spent 2 weeks in a mental ward, crazy house, like people would say. I spent 2 weeks there, and I met an amazing lady. They had an amazing message from God for me, which you have to watch the documentary to get that message. I didn't
right.
even know God, didn't even have a relationship with God, but I went through that. You know, I tried to get, closer to God and just tried to deal with myself because at this time I'm raising two kids.
Wow.
My first attempt I had one child. My second attempt I had two children. And it was like my children, kept me going and kept me going. But I'm telling you, it wasn't anything but God's hand on my life because all growing up, I never ever had a relationship with God.
Wow.
I didn't grow up in church. Those occasional stay over grandma's house and go to church with her. Yeah, but I didn't. That's how I knew that my purpose was. It was so strong and great all my life. Because if he can take me, I mean, a mess. When I say I was a mess,
Mm-hmm.
and really turn it into a message, I'm honored. I'm really honored. Not only that, I basically run a suicide hotline by myself.
Wow.
I'm taking suicide calls night and day, and I'm just like, God, like, wow, I was the person that tried to kill myself twice, and now I'm talking people out of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a great purpose, and I appreciate it, and I would never take my purpose for granted. I wouldn't.
And you know what? I have to applaud you because so many people don't realize that, and I really feel in my hearts of hearts is that when you start to go through depression and when you start to go through feeling like you have to take your life, is that's that battle in your mind of, like you said, running from your purpose. Because a lot of times you look at some of the people that have done that, whether they're famous or whether they're children, because I had a student and she was in the ninth grade that committed suicide, and it totally messed me up because in my mind I'm thinking like, what could be so bad in the ninth grade? You weren't being bullied. You were really smart. What in the ninth grade could make you want to take your life, where you couldn't deal with what was going on anymore? And so, and I really toiled with that. And it's like, it's like they didn't realize they had purpose. They didn't realize that
No.
they had destiny. They didn't realize that that was a part of the process to get to where they had to go. And so I applaud people that can come on and be honest about where they are and where they're going. So if you had to say one thing to somebody that was watching today about how to take that step, to come out of their depression, to come out of their suicidal thoughts, because what would you tell them?
I would tell them, right now that I understand depression and I understand suicide. And when I was in it, I thought that suicide was the only answer because it was everything I was going through was very heavy on my shoulders. But as I sit here today, I'm here to tell you that you may feel like suicide is the answer, but it's not. That's just how you feel because I felt that. But sitting here today, I'm here to tell you that God is the answer to all your problems.
That is amazing. Thank you so much. Now, let's lift this up a little bit. We done brought it all the way down. Let's come up a little bit. Because, my show is all about having fun. We are serious. But, sometimes we got to break it down so people can understand. But
Right.
you do something
Absolutely.
else that I was like, huh? So, you're a motivational speaker, but you're also a vlogger. What's the difference between a blogger and a vlogger? I'm like, all this new terminology, I'm like, my mind about to explode. I just really realized what a dog blasted blogger was. And now y'all gonna put a V in it and as a vlogger? What is that about?
A vlogger is someone that does videos. See,
So
bloggers,
that
they
means
write.
I'm a vlogger?
And a vlogger is someone that does video. So I blog, but I do it through a video. So we call it a
Got
vlogger.
it. Okay, so that
Yeah.
means I'm a vlogger when I do my videos when I come on live. So yes,
Yeah.
I got a new title. Look at me. I find out something new every show. So explain,
Yep.
tell us some more things about being a vlogger and what doors has that opened up for you?
Yeah, me being a vlogger, like at first I just had stuff to say,
Okay.
and then I kind of grew into, doing more videos and talking about things that, people don't want to talk about. It's opened up a lot of doors. Facebook just told me like a couple weeks ago I had like 10 million views on all my videos,
Girl,
which was
can I get
amazing.
some?
I'm like, okay, it's getting out there,
Yay.
It's opened up, a lot of doors, the vlogging and the documentary.
Mhm.
I was actually just in your area, like, in May. I was, on Dr. Jamal Bryant's show.
Were you?
So my stuff,
Whoa,
my stuff
pause.
reached
Time
out
out.
on the Word Network.
You
yeah.
was on. Okay, let me go ahead and just really mess you up. Dr. Jamal Harrison Bryan is my pastor. I serve under him. That means you was at my church and I didn't even know it because I can't make his show because I have to leave. At that time, I was living in Baltimore, so I would have to leave on Saturday mornings to come down to get ready for this show. So that is amazing. That's that's crazy.
I joined the church when I was there that weekend. I joined.
Shut up.
Yeah.
What weekend was that?
Yeah.
I must not have been in town. I had to not be there.
It was no matter of fact, when I got back to the hotel, it was ironic because your show came on, and I'm like, I wonder if I can go there, like sit in the audience or something. I didn't know though, but I really wanted to come.
Wow.
So when I got done with the interview there, I wanted to come, but I didn't know. And then I was like, well, should I reach out and kind of tell her I'm in town? I didn't know if you had a guest that week. I didn't know, but I was there. It was amazing. It opened so many doors.
Wow.
It aired on the Word Network.
Yes.
So many people reached out. It was amazing. But I've been attending his church online for years.
Oh, you know what? That is so funny because we have a lot of online members, and I used to be over new members. So the funny part about it is that my cousin was a dedicated online member. So when I went home, I did his new members class, so he became a real member. That was so funny. But yeah, no, I totally get it. Awesome. Oh, girl, we go to the same church and didn't even know it. Look at that. Look at that. That That's amazing. So so what else has happened to you? You've been on Word Network, so that opened up some doors for you. So what do you do? What else are you doing? Where else can you be found?
I can be found everywhere on social media: Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Um, I do have a Broken Queen tour starting next 2019.
Oh, I'm sorry. What does that mean, Broken Queen? I forgot to ask you about that. Tell us, what does
Oh,
Broken Queen mean?
it means that even when I was broken, I was still a queen. I was always a queen. I was just broken. That's it.
And so, how did you fix that? So what? So if I want to come to the Broken Queen tour, what is that going to do for me? What can I? Why would I come?
Well, I hope that you and everybody else, would come to, feel the empowerment, and not only to hear my story, but to hear everybody else's story that's going to be on the panel. So everybody's going to have a different story, but just to know that you're not alone. You know what I mean? And that it's okay to be broken, but you got to know where to go to become whole.
Wow.
And that's God. And that's God. God's the only one that can make us whole.
I love it.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel.
I love it. 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 So, this has just been wonderful. I'm so glad that you were able to make my show. And I'm even more excited that we got another connection going on. So I'm like, wow. So I can't wait to go talk to him tomorrow about this. I'm going to be like, yeah, I did it too. So tell us again how to find you. Tell us again what you got, how to find you, and give us one word. Give us something that we can remember you by for the end of our segment with you.
Okay. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. All you have to do is do @IamShalakemia everywhere. What I want to leave everybody with right now is that if God can take me, and I was a complete mess, and he can take me and turn me into a message, I feel like he can do the same for everyone. And just stop running from your purpose, because your purpose is going to change your life. It's going to bring you favor and peace in the anointing.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. It has been so much fun having you on. We're
Thank
definitely
you.
going to have to do this again, especially when that documentary comes back, because, honey, we're going to get it together so we can go walk that red carpet. Well, lady, have a great evening. Love you to life. Thanks for joining us.
Love you too. Thank you.
Hey y'all, and we are back. I got a guest in the studio with me. Yeah, he got a hat on too, y'all. Yeah. He ain't trying to show y'all. I don't know why he didn't get that fresh cut before he came, but I ain't gonna talk about
my mom was upset with me about that. You know.
See, we both came. See, hopefully neither one of our mamas watching, because I'm gonna get in trouble too. But it's all good, y'all. I got my special guest, Mr. Doug C. Jr. Yes. Yeah, it said Doug C. Jr. So why you Doug C. Jr.? Your daddy a singer too?
Oh man, my dad is a singer, man. But he's senior, and so I had to kind of differentiate between.
I got you.
People get mixed up,
Hey, I like it. So tell everybody, where are you from? What are you doing?
I'm coming from Philadelphia, Southwest to be exact. Just on this music journey. We've been working at it since about, let's say, summer of 2016. Okay. Before that, I was before that, it was just behind the scenes, doing music production and writing for other people. And then everybody was just like, yo, you got a message. You can sing. So just do it.
I hear you got a little deep voice going on over there. You're gonna be
trying to change the game up.
You're gonna try to croon us a little bit.
A little bit. So, yeah, it's gonna be a little croon.
Bring that sound back.
Bring the soul.
Oh, wait a minute. Did this joker just bass me?
Did you hear that?
Did y'all hear him just bass on me?
Microphone sound good.
Oh, yeah. Now you trying to talk about mic sound.
I like it.
Whatever. That is amazing. Y'all, I'm so excited to have you here. So tell us about what are you singing for us today?
Okay, so I have 2 songs. One is my first single that's already out, entitled "This Babe," available everywhere, of course. But it's a song about a young man, apologizing,
So now you're gonna pull a Keith Sweat on us. Now you're gonna be begging and saying, "Oh, baby, please,
baby, please." So it's pretty much that in so many words.
Okay, got it.
And the second song is entitled "Mean," which is about a friendship, that kind of turned into a situationship.
All right.
And it's turned into an unhealthy thing, and the young lady began to be mean.
Whoop! He said he got mean. So all right, y'all, we're not gonna hold you much longer. We're gonna go ahead and let him get set up. We'll be right back real quick so you can hear from Mr. Doug C. Jr.
All right.
Well, all right, y'all. We are getting ready to hear from Doug C. Jr. singing Babe? What about this Babe? Y'all, I'm just going to let him handle that one. Here we go.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Oh, no. Listen. She found letters from an ex-girlfriend saying she missed me, I should hit it again, yeah. My friends then told me I should leave her alone. And it might be a lie, but I'm sticking to it, yeah. And now I don't want you to go, so just please forgive me, yeah. I'm pulling your heart so you won't tear us apart, yeah. Say, but we got love and it conquers all. Don't you help me out and looking pitiful over this baby, yeah, over this baby, yeah. Things have changed, nothing feels the same. No more Wednesday post hearts next to my name. Oh, Oh, but who am I fooling? I'm the one to blame. Oh, but when the number called, don't even know the name. Oh, and I don't want you to go, so just please forgive me, yeah. Yeah, I'm pulling your heart so you won't tear us apart. But we got love and that conquers all. Don't you have me on and looking pitiful. Don't leave me, baby. Listen, cause I don't wanna break up, but I just wanna love and trust. But girl, I know history don't always mean we're meant to be, yeah. And I don't know a lot of love songs, but my love for you is so strong, and it gotta count for something. You know without you I'm nothing. Give me a chance, probably not my last chance, but don't you listen to your friends. Let me be a better man. I know you hear what I'm saying, but don't you understand, girl? I choose you, you're my winning hand. I don't know no love songs or fancy love poems, yeah. And I don't want you to go, so just please forgive me, yeah, yeah, yeah. And I want you to stay just one more day. My heart can't take it not seeing your face. Hey, yeah. Listen, can we sit and talk it out? No, 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 no. Even if we don't know how. Listen, cause you could be so cold, but don't leave me alone. All the games I played, the trust is gone. No, no, no. Say, please don't leave. Please don't leave me, baby. Yeah, yeah. You can cut it right there, that's good. Say, please don't leave. Please don't leave. No, 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 no. So that was this, babe. You can find me at Doug C Jr. Music on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube as well. Also, the video for this, babe, is available.
Well, y'all, we're going to have him come back because, y'all, we have ran out of time. Y'all, it's time for the lounge boys to come in. They getting ready to set it off as usual. They didn't run in with their bottles in their hand, but you know it's all good. So, y'all, love you to life. It's been fun. It's been real. And we'll catch you next week live here on Conversations with Deborah Franklin.